Chapter 79 of Record of Ragnarok is finally here, and we start off with the backstory of Leonidas, and we get the better understanding on why he doesn't like Apollo. So, all of this is happening in this chapter, which is a very unique for this round because normally with a Record of Ragnarok, we always see the opponents fight each other in the first chapter, and then we get the backstory. But now we get the backstory of Leonidas, and this was an interesting turn that this series have took. So the chapters start off in 480 BC when everyone from ancient Greece is actually happy and celebrating of Leonidas. The eyes of the boys shine whenever they hear about him. An old man's blood starts to boil and fired up because they want to go ahead and fight for him. Even his soldiers, the adrenaline is pumping in when you talk about him because this man is the most received and admiring glaze of all of mankind, and that is Leonidas. And this was around the time when Xerxes was the ruler of Persia, and he was actually dominating throughout this whole entire time, and he was advancing to Greece. And this was a very crucial moment because Greece was having this festival, because this festival was very important because it was around the time when Apollo has ascended from Mount Olympia, and he told everyone like, hey, no military actions. And so this whole festival, they all start to worship Apollo at the oracle. And so they're decided like they're not going to do any war activities during the festival or even before it. And at this time, there's this young guy who's trying to warn everyone at the oracle like, hey, we need to go ahead and do some damage now because these enemies are going to advance to us, and by the time we do something, it's going to be too late. But the people from the oracle was like, hey, no, Apollo had ascended to us, and he says no military actions. This has been there for generations and generations and generations. So no, we are not going to do anything. And besides, too, we're Spartans. We are the strongest people ever, and we can handle this situation after the festival. But the young guy is saying like, hey, this is going to be too late. This is a bad idea. We should strike before. But no one didn't want to listen. And that you will get a divine punishment if you don't listen to what Apollo has stated in the oracle. So, of course, it seems like everything is all lost. But then Leonidas shows up and he says that, are you guys damn idiots? Divine punishment, Apollo, this god. And then we see Apollo being a rebel in Defiance, as he's just like, you know what, I'm going for it. I'm going to go to war and fight these damn Persians with my 300 army. He never met or seen Apollo, so he didn't really take that divine punishment too serious. So he walked towards the statue, punch it, and the statue has officially been obliterated and just been destroyed. As Apollo says, within this, if divine punishment falls upon someone, then I will take it alone. Do you have a problem with that? As everyone is just in stun and shocked to see how powerful Apollo is, as most of the elders are trying to stop him, saying that you have destroyed the oracle that has lasted for hundreds and hundreds of years. No one is going to follow you. Why do we need to go now if the gods are going to outtake us? Do you want to fight that much? Are you bloody thirsty? As Leonidas said, I don't want to fight. I'm tired. I don't want to die either. I rather will have a drink and take a nap. Then they wanted to know why. Why? And he said, nevertheless, now it's time to fight. Whatever we fight, we will fight in our own will. That is Sparta. And with that display, Leonidas motivated 300 people to join in on the fight because he showcased that he cared for the people of Greece and their safety, as they were all motivated to go ahead and fight against the Persian armies. 300 of the Greek soldiers versus against 30,000 soldiers from the Persians. And they all knew the risk of them were dying and that the odds were going to be stacked against them, but they were willing to join in on the fight, and they were able to at least push back the Persian army. But then we focus back onto the present time where we see Leonidas versus Apollo. Now we have a better understanding on why Leonidas does not like Apollo. And it is because of the fact that that carefree command that he made at the Oracle in Spartan, because of that rule of no military activities, Greece or Spartan would have been destroyed by the Persians. And Leonidas, he doesn't like to be ordered around. So, of course, Leonidas is a rebel and he wants to go ahead and do things in his own way. And he wants to go ahead and protect his people and do things that needs to be done, because he obviously said that he doesn't want to go to war, but if he has to go to war, he has to go to war. And so, of course, he does not like that at all. And he calls Apollo a pain in the butt. And then there, Apollo was just like, how dare you talk to me? I'm a god, and you're going to be the first one to kneel. And then we see Leonidas get pissed off, and he activated his divine weapon, which happens to be a shield. And we see that the shield was activated, and it transformed into this yo-yo blade shield, which was really cool. And then we see his Valkyrie, a person, is actually there and is activating the power of his divine weapon. And there we see that Leonidas, he activated the advancing spear, but Apollo was able to catch it and block the blades from hitting him. But there, Leonidas activated another technique to actually hit Apollo, and Apollo is flying up in the air as blood is coming out of his mouth. And there, Leonidas says, "Let me tell you something, you shitty god. If you want to live a long life, don't stand against Sparta," as everyone is cheering from the humanity side, as the gods is shocked to see that Apollo has actually been hit and injured. And the chapter just ends as Leonidas is actually standing tall. And this chapter was really good to see that Leonidas backstory and getting his better understanding of why he hates Apollo, because Apollo's free nature almost literally destroyed Greece. But other than that, on top of that, Leonidas is also just a rebel regardless. Like, he is just a rebel regardless, because he said he doesn't like to be command, but you can tell that he actually does care for his people, and that he's actually is just a person who just likes to get the things done. Like, he likes to get things done. If there's any situation that happens, let's go ahead and try to fix it. So that's how Leonidas seems to be. But other than that, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about this chapter. What you guys think, who will win against this fight against Apollo and Leonidas? Do you like the fact that, you know, his divine weapon is the shield and not the spear? Let me know down in the comment section. If you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monotone Man, and hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out here. Peace.